Hello and welcome, YouTube, what's up? Welcome to another PWE episode here on the channel Plastic Wrestling Emotions, and today is a very special episode for me personally, because I told you in the past I've been a collector through all my childhood and later years up until I was in my mid-20s. And then I stopped because my job got in the way, and then I got married and all that stuff that keeps you away from a hobby or from collecting figures. I was a collector of Kenner Star Wars figures first, then later Masters of the Universe and the WWE Hasbros came. And I was always a completionist, but then, like I said, it stopped. I lost my interest in collecting any action figures or other toys. And it started again early this year, and we're talking about 2020. So this year it started again, and whose fault is it? It was the fault of two people that I don't need to introduce to any serious figure collector. I'm talking about Curt Hawkins, and I'm talking about Zak Ryder, or Matt Cordona and Brian Myers, as we all know. Those two guys with their channel, with their podcast, major wrestling figure podcast, brought me back into the collecting game, because I watched a video on YouTube where they were on a toy hunt, I think in Asia somewhere, and I fell in love, and I was like, oh my god, I need to start collecting again. So they are to blame, it's their fault, and today's episode is about them. Today's PWE Plastic Wrestling Emotions episode starts now. It's plastic time! So, of course, I told you in the beginning, today is all about Zak Ryder and all about Curt Hawkins. Elite Series 59, Zak Ryder in his patriotism gear that he, of course, stole from Sting, and Elite Series 64 of Curt Hawkins. I can't wait to open those up and post them around in honor of the two major wrestling figure collectors, Matt Cordona and Brian Myers. Let him breathe. So let's start with a Michael Jordan of figure collecting. We see his figure in the package. As an addition, he has this build a display feature that I really don't get, and I think most collectors just throw them away or sell them on eBay. Here it says art by Rob Schamberger. For that, I would have to know first who the hell is Rob Schamberger. I don't care, and I think many other people don't care either. So it's a quite regular Elite Collection figure packaging. I like the picture here, makes him look really cool. Picture on the back is nice. Zak Ryder, of course, is from Long Island, New York. He's weighing at 224 pounds, which translates to 101.6 kilograms. He is 6'2" tall, or 1m88, and his finisher is the Rough Rider. Career highlights are Intercontinental Champion, United States Champion, and WWE Tag Team Champion. Text on the back, I read it. The Broski from Long Island scored the victory for Team USA on Raw's 2016 Independence Day main event. Woo. And the other figures in the line are Finn Balor, Jason Jordan, Chad Gable, Kurt Angle, Zak Ryder, and The Miz. Here we have the other side. Now we've seen it all. Quick look at the contents. Of course, we have this silly display that nobody really wants. We have the glasses, and we have a pretty patriotic Zak Ryder. Let's open the package. Maybe I should tell you something about this whole patriotism thing that the Americans have going, because the rest of the world is looking at this with a mixture of amusement, bewilderment, and maybe anger. Because, of course, we couldn't care less if you wear your flag. Looks a little bit silly to all of us, but somehow I like this figure. Maybe it's because of his head scan. Let's talk about that later. So, we've got everything and the stand out of the package. Let's get him out of the bubble then. And of course, I have to say, I know there is a video out there where Zak Ryder presented this figure by himself, or to be more precise, let his fiancée Chelsea Green present this bikini, this figure in a bikini. So I know if anybody is searching on YouTube for that figure, he will find that video and probably watch that and not mine. If you're watching my video instead of Chelsea Green in a bikini, you are a sick individual. So let's talk about this figure. Like I said, the head scan seems to be really perfect. I'm not a huge fan, first of all, over patriotism of Americans. I'm really sorry if you're from America. But like I said, I'm from the other side of the world, so we don't care about that. And I'm not a huge fan of those rubber accessories. So this jacket, completely out of rubber, well, alright, looks nice, but who cares? Nice knee pads with his logo. I always like the little detail if they paint, in this case, the black thing under the knee pads. His boots, no details there. On his butt we have the woo in American design, and of course we have the glasses. It's always, I like the Mattel glasses because they go so easy most of the time under the hair and just sit there. These glasses are different because, well, Zak Ryder doesn't have hair to hide the glasses under, so it's not really fitting that perfect. I'm probably going to put him without the glasses into the audience. He's coming, of course, I said it before, with this kind of stuff that Mattel had, but I don't know anybody who's collecting those. So the figure itself, overall, a really nice figure. If you like the American flag, you probably think, wow, that's the best figure of all time. Outstanding on this figure is the head scan. The head scan is one of the best I've ever seen Mattel doing. Yeah, and that's it, what I can say about the figure. So let's get over to our friend Curt Hawkins. Brian Myers, I have to say, this figure is special because when WWE announced the mass release over the internet, the first thing I did was look, okay, I have to have a Curt Hawkins figure from WWE, how do I get it? And the cheapest figure was from the WWE store, so actually on the day they fired him, he made money for WWE because I bought his figure. He's coming, of course, in his regular gear in color of the New York Mets, which he is a huge fan of, as we all know. He has additional hands and his whole entrance gear going on, and he has this a raw backdrop that is breakable, so we will see that later. Here, really nice picture, looking cool, the man. Here, another good picture of him on the back. Says he's, of course, from Queens, New York, weighing in at 223 pounds, which translates to 101.2 kilogram. He is 6'1" tall, 1.85 meters, and his finisher, and that's probably the most stupid thing I've ever seen, his finisher, of course, is not available because, let's face it, Curt Hawkins was never meant to win any matches. He is just like the Zak Ryder figure, a true FX figure. So enhanced facial detailing for lifelike authenticity. His career highlights, of course, include being WWE Tag Team Champion, and the text on the box reads, "Face the facts, even with 0 wins and over 200 losses, the Prince of Queens elevates the career of every superstar he faces." Yeah, I just wish WWE had noticed that by themselves. Rest of the series includes Seth Rollins, John Cena, Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, and Samoa Joe. So, let's open the package. Our trusty knife, again. Goodbye box. So here we have the base of this funny stand that they have. We have to cut that from the paper. I now just destroyed my complete backstage set. Here we have the breakable raw sign. breakable in 4 parts. And here we have the man himself, so let's get everything out of the bubble. So we have interchangeable hands, 2 closed fists, and the man himself, Ryan Myers. I really like the color scheme of the New York Mets, orange and blue, always like that combination. He of course comes with a stick that always makes him look a little bit like he's a pimp or something. Face effects decal on the trunks, on the back, and his logo of course on the boots. Really like that figure. Again, here the figure is nothing too spectacular, just like the man looks and his entrance gear, but the face scan seems to me to be spot on perfect. I mean, look at that, it's beautiful, just perfect. Little stench here, have to clean that. And of course comes with his tattoo here, that's the name of his daughter. So overall, also here, like the figure, it's not too spectacular for an elite figure, but the head scan is really fantastic. So I really like both of the figures that we got today. Let's take a final look at them. So in the end, here we are with Matt Cordona, with Brian Myers, Zak Ryder and Curt Hawkins, the 2 people responsible for this channel, so to say, because they found the passion in me for this hobby of figure collecting again with their videos, with their podcasts. So I don't know, my wife probably hates you. I love you guys, keep up the good work. Zak Ryder, Curt Hawkins, our figures for today. Please, if you enjoyed this episode, let me know. Leave me a comment. What do you think about the Michael Jordan and the Scottie Pippen of wrestling figure, of action figure collecting? And while you're at it, please don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Support this channel. I really appreciate that. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Goodbye.